Hello, Fast Trackers. Welcome to day number 6. My name is Kim Danke, and I hope that you are in EFB day number 4. If you've had 6 perfect days, you should be in EFB day number 4. So today we are going to show you how to use the food library and the recipe library. But the first things I would like for you to do is watch the daily doses number 15, 16, and 17. I'm going to share my screen with you. And we are going to go to this tab right here, Resources, Recipes, and Videos. Click there. And then right here in the Approved Food Library, I'm going to click there. And the reason, there's over 5,000 foods in the Approved Food Library. And things have been looked at, and they're very brand specific. So let's say that somebody says, oh, eat some yogurt. Well, it can't just be any yogurt. Shibboleth has looked at it, and they've determined which yogurts can go in the Approved Food Library. So you'd want to make sure that it's approved yogurt, that kind of thing. So when you come here, if you'll notice that they're separated by categories, which we've gone over before. So there's all 7 categories. There's condiments. There's talking about creamer, freebies, snacks, extras, meal replacements, perfect pairings, breads, if you're a diabetic, phase 1 cereal, phase 2 cereal. So it goes on and on. I really wouldn't even concern myself with those bottom ones yet at all. And that list there is also listed right here on the side. So what I would like for you to do is to become familiar with how to use the food library. So what I did was I click on an item or a group, a category. I click on a category, and it will load. Okay, so just want to let you know that, see these little blue boxes here? These are filters. So if you wanted to filter out dairy-free, or if you wanted things that were gluten-free or kosher, that you can click on those things. Or maybe you want something sugar-free, you can click on that. This little meter right here, this is the weight loss meter. The weight loss meter goes from a -3 to a +3. Anything in the negative range is going to be better for weight loss, and things in the positive range would be better for maybe maintenance. So what I did was I went through this list and I looked at everything in this list, and if I thought I would like it, I know for a fact I like 96% lean or better ground beef, so I hearted it. That is what that means. That red heart means I clicked that button. This 216 right here means that 216 other people have also clicked that button. Now remember yesterday when I said you needed a grocery list created to add something to a grocery list? This right here, see how when I touch this, it hovers and says add to grocery list? I click there, I can add that into that grocery list that I created yesterday. But if that grocery list had not been created, I wouldn't have had a grocery list in my drop-down menu to choose from. So that's why creating a grocery list is the first thing you do. So let's see, 96% lean or leaner better ground chicken. I would like that, so I'm going to heart that. 128 other people have said they like it, and I could add that to my grocery list. So that's kind of the process of finding a food. So let's say that you have some food in your pantry or your fridge. You're going to come here to the food library, search it right here. And if it's in there, that's great. It'll tell you how to use it. So I'm going to pull up something and see. So let's see right here, Boar's Head Deli London Broil. We're going to click there. So when we open this up, it shows us that it's a category 1 lean protein, and then it has the gluten-free filter on it. It shows you the approved portion is 2 to 6 ounces. It's a -3 on the weight loss meter. I have hearted it as one of my favorites. If I wanted it to add to my grocery list, I could do it right there. It gives you some details of the nutrition label, and then it gives you a description. So you would read the description to make sure that you were using it in the proper way. And then it even gives you a video right here, a Shibboleth approved Reuben sandwich. If you continue scrolling, you will see linked recipes to Boar's Head London Broil. And right here, you'll see that other people have confirmed that they've bought it at Publix, Ingles, and Kroger. So those are some really excellent features right there. If you come back and you say, oh, I love London Broil, you can heart it, not heart it, give it 5 stars or give it how many ever stars you want to give it. And it will show other people that you like it or other people like it as well. So that's how you kind of use that. So let's go back to the food library. And we are going to click on a category 2 fibrous carb. There's a lot of vegetables in the fibrous carb category, but there's also over 60 approved breads, which is fantastic. So I've got different things hearted right here. Now let's say that I just wanted to see things that were on the weight loss meter of -1 to -3. I can click set right there. And it's going to recalculate my list. So there's my new list, and I can just look through there and see the things that I like. Becoming familiar with the categories and looking at all these foods helps you realize which foods are in which categories. I like this textured vegetable protein, so I'm going to click there. I'm going to click right here on this Carb Quick Complete Biscuit and Baking Mix, because if you like to make biscuits or pancakes or anything with Bisquick, you would not want to use that anymore. You want to use Carb Quick. Carb Quick is a little tough to find out in regular grocery stores. So we do sell it in the Shibboleth store. But let's say that you are not near a Shibboleth store. Let's say that you live in California and you want to buy it. You can click Find It on Amazon. If you click right there on Find It on Amazon, it takes you to an Amazon cart, which is really good because that helps Shibboleth. See, Shibboleth only charges $50 for a membership for a year, so they have to get a little money from other places. And if you choose to buy it through that link, Shibboleth will get a little extra money back. It's not much, believe me, because Amazon takes as much as they can. But the other great thing is, let's say that you decided to add a 4D TV to your order of Carb Quick. Shibboleth would get credit for your TV too. So that's kind of a funny little thing. But that's where, if it says Find It on Amazon, you can click there and Shibboleth will get a little kickback. So right here counts as a category 2 flour. It's used in over 100 of our recipes, and it's great to use in place of Bisquick or flour in recipes. And then there's a little Bojangles video, and then here is tons of recipes that are made with the Carb Quick. Then see how it just continues on right here? So that's how you would get to the next pages. And it shows you where you can buy it. Obviously, we've got the Shibboleth online, Cartersville Shibboleth store, Dalton Shibboleth store, and I'm going to add just all Shibboleth stores right there, just so that we are clear that it can be bought at Shibboleth. But otherwise, it's really not found in very many grocery stores, but it's an excellent thing to have. So I'm going to give it 5 stars. All right, we're going to go back to the Resources, Recipes, and Videos tab, and I'm going to click on the Approved Recipe Library. So you click on the Approved Recipe Library, and here are appetizers. Then you scroll down, and then there's breakfast. But if you don't want to scroll like that, here are some choices right over here. So let's say we want to look at a main dish. So you click main dish. Well, let's say that you want a main dish that is somewhere in between a 0 to -3 on the weight loss meter. So you're going to hit set. So now it has filtered out everything that's not 0 to -3. So I'm going to look at baked meatballs and see what they look like. So there's some baked meatballs. It's showing you that it's a -2 on the weight loss meter. And there's all the ingredients that you need. And I love that it lists out everything very specifically. It tells you Jenny O, extra lean, all natural ground turkey breast. So if you want to see what it looks like, you can click on that link. They have been very detailed in everything that they do. Now, sometimes things are a little bit tough to find at certain grocery stores, and it's a process to figure out which things are at which grocery store, but you'll get all that figured out. So there's ingredients, it gives you the directions, and there's serving notes. This counts as a category 1+2, which is a lean protein and a fibrous carb plus a condiment. And 4 to 6 is the serving, but it should fit under one hand. In the recipes, I do suggest that you read comments here just in case there was some things that people found out about the recipe that they want to tell you before you make it. If you would like to add this to a grocery list, see this little grocery list button? You click it there, and we're going to go to our drop-down menu of grocery list. I'm going to click Ingles. This is the one I created 2 days ago. I'm going to click Add. Let's say that I like this recipe. I can click right there, and it'll tell everybody else that it's a great recipe too. And if I really like this recipe, I can click that heart right there. Now, I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to show you where to find your favorites that you've favorited, and I am going to show you what your what your grocery list looks like after you added a recipe to it. If you go to your journal and scroll down just a little bit, do you see right here where it says favorite food? You can click right there. It takes just a second to generate it, but these are all the things that I have hearted. Now, instead of looking through the food library of over 5,000 foods for something, if I know I've hearted something, I can go to my favorite foods and I can search specifically in my favorite foods. So I just typed in Mighty, it pulled up the Mighty Muffin. So if I need to look at any stats or details on that, I can find it right there, which is quick and easy. I'm going to go back to the journal again. I'm going to click on favorite recipes. It will generate that list. There's all of the things that I like or that I want to try. Instead of me having to hunt it down again in the recipe library, I just hit heart, and then if I end up not liking it, I can just unheart it and it will leave my favorite recipes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the resources, recipes, and videos. I'm going to go to that grocery list I created 2 days ago. I'm going to click on there, and these are all of the ingredients that I need for that recipe that I added to the list. So I'm kind of looking at this and I'm thinking, you know what? I have garlic powder. I have garlic powder at home, so I can remove that. I have onion powder at home, so I can remove that. And I have MCT oil at home, so I can remove that because those are staples and you often have those. And I will need all of those things. So now I can go to print and I can print my grocery list. And my grocery list, of course, can be larger than that if I'm making other things. But I hope that this has helped you understand the food library, the recipe library, and why we created that grocery list first. So I hope that you have a perfect day, and I will see you tomorrow for day number 7.